Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Island Church Weekly Podcast. Today I'm joined alone. It's just me. Pastor Will is on a much needed vacation. So, we're praying for him and the family as they take some time to rest. And I was fortunate enough to get to preach for the church on Sunday. So, I'm going to do our Sunday recap. I'm going to tell you what's coming up in the life of the church, and I will give you a little bit of a way or two that you can be praying for the church this week. So, first, Sunday morning. Sunday morning was awesome. Really enjoyed getting to spend time with folks at Island Church. It is always such an encouraging time. And I just think it's the friendliest church in the world, or at least that I've ever been to. Just some of the nicest, most welcoming people. I know we had a new guest, I believe, or two in the congregation on Sunday morning. Got a chance to preach a little bit on worry and what Jesus has to say about worry. So if you get a chance, go back and listen to it. We had just a wonderful time of worship, especially with the 4th coming up. There's some really great kind of patriotic themed music that we got to sing. Always great to kind of get those refresher, and just a wonderful time beyond that section of worship and getting to come before the Lord. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it, go back, watch online. You can always check it out on the YouTube channel. Thanks to all those who got a chance to join. And if you didn't, well, we'll see you back next week. So coming up at the church in the next few weeks, I have a few notes here because I couldn't remember them all. Wednesday, July 10th at 6:30 p.m., we will have the meetup, which is going to be a time just to get to know people, right? It's a time where we're going to have some icebreakers, some games. There's a devotional, personal testimony that someone's going to give. Just a really, really great way to come and get to know people in the church. During summertime, a lot of folks are traveling, a lot of folks are away, schedules can get wonky. We don't necessarily have groups running in the summer the same way as we will in the fall and spring semesters. But during the summer, it's a great time to go deep with a few people. So come to the meetup, wonderful way to get to know someone that maybe you haven't met before. And maybe it's a place you can invite a friend who isn't quite ready to come on a Sunday morning, but would love to meet some other folks on the island. So invite them to the meetup. It's going to be July 10th. It's a Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m. And then it's not ever too early to be talking about this because this is a big event in the life of our church. It's a great way that Island Church reaches the community. That's the Back to School Bash on Saturday, August 10th. The Back to School Bash always is a fun time to invite friends and family to kind of come kick off the start of the fall school semester with just a lot of fun around the church. Usually there's petting zoo, bouncy house, there's the fire truck comes, there's always food, there's going to be games, there's going to be music. It's going to be a great way to introduce people who don't know the church to the people of the church, which is ultimately what the church is. So definitely mark your calendar for that. We'll have more details in the days ahead on exact time, exact details, but that's Saturday, August 10th for the Back to School Bash. So with that being said, we're going to keep it short this week. Last thing I have for you, how you can be praying for the church this week. So everyone knows we have gotten kind of to a point with the Bridge the Future campaign where last time I talked to Pastor Will, we've got some kind of semi-finalized drawings from the architect, it seems. We're really a clear game plan of where we're going on building for that. I would just ask you this week, pray about where the Lord is leading you to partner with Island Church on the front of generosity. Like figure out where is God moving in your heart to say, hey, how can I help Island Church build a facility, not just for the sake of having a cool, fun facility, but really to serve the island. If you think of an indoor gymnasium in the summertime, if you think of common spaces to grab a cup of coffee or to meet up with someone, or kind of classroom facilities to be able to teach or do workout like classes, there's so many needs that the island has for a common space for people to be able to come and get to know each other and encounter the church in a way that's not what they would typically expect of a church. So we think there's a massive opportunity there. Be praying how God would lead your heart with your generosity to be part of the Bridge the Future campaign this week. All right, well, that's all I have for this week. Thanks for joining me. I swear Pastor Will be back next week. It'll be a better podcast. Thanks for tolerating me this week, and we will see you back here on the Island Church Weekly podcast.